I'd like to call the Thursday, December 7th, 2023 Douglas Planning Board meeting to order. Time is 7:01 PM. There are no A&Rs scheduled. So moving right along to public hearings for 7 PM. Public hearing continued for Pine Sand and Stone Company. Application for earth removal permit and site plan review and special permit. They are requesting to be continued to January 10th, 2023. So with that, I will entertain them. 2024.
Yeah.
Sorry, my time.
I hate the year changes. So with that, I will entertain a motion to continue the hearing to the January 10th, 2024 at 7 PM.
So moved.
Second.
Made by Mr. Zwicker, second by Mr. Greco. Tracy's not online, right?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, continues. With that also being said, Tracy is absent, Ernie Marks is absent, Richard Preston is absent. Unless someone else shows up in the meantime. Okay, additional business A for a accessory apartment extension, 58 Southeast Main Street, possible votes. And that is in our packet. Looks like originally from 2020.
It's an extension, so.
Yeah.
So if I may, through the chair, this is
Yes.
just a standard extension. This is their first extension. Nothing's changed structurally, or the occupants have not changed either.
Okay, perfect. Anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the, what's before us for an extension of an accessory apartment at 58 Southeast Main Street.
Second?
Made by Mr. Sokrat, seconded by Ms. Schlesman. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, that's about it.
I have a paperclip for one speed.
Bob? Moving along. Blackstone Valley Logistics, multi-tenant discussion. We'll bring Mr. Bob and Eric to the table.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good evening, Planning Board. Bob and Eric, Economic Development. The letter you have from Jen Hager is strictly FYI. There's nothing for you to do on this. What has happened was, we know the tenant they're in the process of signing the lease. There's 3 towns in that building. Uxbridge will be fully occupied. Our whopping 8% will be fully occupied. The unoccupied section will be in Sutton. The reason Jen Hager is concerned, because they have different zoning bylaws than we do. We're strictly industrial, they're light industrial, and there's some subsections to that. They're worried about the second tenant that comes into the unoccupied space. So this is basically a Sutton problem. She's just advising Uxbridge and Douglas of their potential problems on that.
Okay.
So it's an FYI only.
All right.
Thank you. Noted.
Is the tenant in yet, or
No, there's-
anything going on with that?
They were still waiting for the road in front of the section to be paved, which concerns the Uxbridge occupancy permit. They were holding that up, that section.
Okay.
I don't know if our building department signed off on our OC yet.
Okay.
But luckily,
Perfect.
our 8% is the mechanical room, no matter who's in there.
Is it really?
It is. The entire mechanical room is in our section, so we will be occupied.
Shut them down.
All right.
No, thanks for the update.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nice to get activity going.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'll be a start.
I'd like to see a sign out front with the tenant.
Christmas gift?
Yes.
All right. Now let's talk about the cubes at Gilboa tree location. Let me just find the paper for that. No, there's one copy. Are there other copies or no? Oh, okay, there it is. All right. What do we got going on with trees?
All right, there's 3 drawings in front of you, C-131, C-132, and C-133. When you originally approved the site plan, it had trees along both sides of the emergency access road coming from the building to Northeast Main Street. Bo McIntyre, that's his property. He has recently decided that he does not want trees on his property. So the civil engineer, Todd Murray, has identified 34 to 40 trees, and they're in green. They will be relocated elsewhere on the property, and basically around the retention pond, which the retention pond, as you know, they did make larger. So now there will be a set of row of trees. Those are in yellow on C-131. And it's a one-for-one planning.
Why don't they want trees there? The reason we did that was to hide the road a bit. This was all predetermined long time
The
ago.
front row of trees will stay along Hartford Ave, West Hartford Ave in Uxbridge, and actually, we don't have a berm on our side. It's basically, we're right on the property line.
Yeah, but why is this coming up now? Why is a decision being made to remove them?
Well, this,
Somebody's just saying, no, I don't want it.
Bo McIntyre is strictly saying, no, I do not want trees on my property.
Sir,
Well, it's too bad. I mean, it was approved on the print. So, I mean, that's something that,
Now, he is moving his retail operation back there, so let's say the
That's-
4th through 8th trees, both sides, cannot be there because of his bins,
because what?
his bins, if you remember what his retail.
If I can just interject, so just looking at the plan, so the green is what's there right now, or what's
To-
going to be there?
To be removed on paper, they have never been planted,
They're not, no, the trees aren't in
They
at
don't
all.
want to plant.
no.
may I ask a question? Was this Bo's parcel part and parcel to the project? I mean, was this part of this land, of this project?
Yes, he
Yeah.
always owned this.
It's emergency.
It's
Right.
emergency access road with an easement through his
And was it
property.
planned to have a retail, was before us to have a retail McIntyre shop? I mean, I'm all for the people, but what's before us? What have been approved? Is this something different?
He had the retail operation, he temporarily moved it to Davis Street.
Right.
He plans on moving back next spring.
Is that,
He temporarily stopped the operation there so they could have the trailers.
So I actually don't think we should, in my opinion, and all due respect to the project itself, I personally don't know if this is really going to be considered a minor adjustment.
right, we might have to go back to public hearing.
This is going to go back. This, in my opinion, I think stinks. This has all been laid out for a long time.
Yeah. And
Now at the 12th hour plus, all of a sudden, want to do a change like this? I don't like it, not one bit.
with this change, I would be more comfortable having a public hearing on it,
Yep.
unfortunately for the project, but
Right.
Or at
it-
least-
I,
Speak to town council or whatever to find out.
yeah.
And see what the plan is. I mean, if he's putting buildings there, he's putting, parking there, doing the retail, I'd like to see what the plan is. I mean, we need to, we didn't see it
But
before.
the plan he had before you.
Well, I don't want to,
Yeah. Do we not need
I don't want to go too far into
Yeah.
that, because I think it's,
He-
maybe
I can't
it's-
answer for him.
revisionist?
All I know is they started planting trees on the property, landscaping, final landscaping.
So-
And he saw that and decided he does not want trees on his property.
so I'm going to try to just figure this out. So they're here, they're requesting a change to the plan.
That's
Which-
proposed.
So we as a board would have to decide if that is a minor adjustment or not. And if it's not a minor adjustment, then we would have to go forward with the public hearing. That's my take on it.
I'd like further information and further input through both council and the town engineer that we're using to oversee this. This isn't just saying, hey, I want 1 or 2 trees I want to move around.
Yeah.
We're talking about an entire road that's been determined to be an emergency access, and there was a reason that this was all set up this way. That's my feeling.
Yeah. So maybe, we'll take maybe a motion that this is not a minor plan.
I don't want to say
I
that
don't-
yet, 'cause I
yeah.
don't have enough input, enough expertise on it. I don't know if you want a motion to involve both the engineering firm we have overseeing this and town council to get input
Yeah,
on this particular change.
maybe,
or
yeah,
change order.
motion to refer this to,
I said, this is a change order of more than 1 or 2 trees.
yeah.
We're talking about an entire access road. This was all laid out long ago. Everybody knew what was going on long ago. And here we are, somebody's trying to wrap it up, and all of a sudden, somebody's saying no. How can they say no? So,
I did see a hand raised. I'm just going to entertain this question or comment. Sir,
Yeah, my name's Richard
if you
Netter.
can just come a little closer so the mics can pick you up a little bit.
Richard Netter, I live on 20 Walnut Grove Street, Uxbridge. Do you want to sit down? Sure. I actually live like right up the street from the project. And I've been talking with Bob for a while about kind of what's going on down there, and I'm not like, I know we're talking about this area where the entrances are, and I guess I'm kind of like hoping, I brought some pictures if you guys want to see them, but originally, and I don't know kind of exactly what you got, the expectation was supposed to be there when the project was done, but originally between the new emergency exit and the original McIntyre Loam exit, there was a large berm, I would call it, probably about 15, 20 feet tall, and it was pretty heavily wooded on top. And as I'm sure you guys have seen, they took that down. And I guess, had some questions about, I was talking with Bob about what exactly is going back there, because, I mean, this is, I don't know if you guys want to see it. I mean, I have a pretty, and anybody's welcome to come up to my house. It's like, you walk out anywhere in the front of my house, look out my windows, and it's like boom, and I actually have some pictures of it, what it looked like.
Are you up on that hill?
Yeah, so
Held up in the hill?
that's standing on my front porch.
Okay.
And I have some pictures of what it looked like. Just a couple different ones, but this is kind of what it looked like before. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a huge building there, I understand that, but, you know, if there's anything, and we're talking about relocating trees, you know, this berm, maybe some of those trees could be moved, you know, up on top of that berm to help break it up, because it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty visible.
Yeah, I do remember these trees on this berm, that they did come to us, because once they started doing the work, there was only a couple randomly there, and for safety, it just didn't make sense to kind of keep them there.
Right.
So I know that's why, so that did come to the board.
And I think if I recall through the chair on that, mostly because of blowover, where they were so exposed,
Yeah.
they were afraid that the wind was just going to topple them anyways.
That was against
At that
Roger
time.
Matthews.
So if you kind of, Mr. Nutter, if you kind of got the gist from our discussion, I don't think we're going to act on anything tonight. I think we're going to be looking to have them, at least have our hired engineer firm look at what's being proposed and talk to town council and
Is it
really figure out what the best step should be.
possible to hang on to those?
You can keep if you want to.
Put in there,
Yeah.
that lets people, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of cut the gist, I just wanted to kind of get my 2 cents, and I
Yeah.
don't know if that comes into play at any discussions with the engineering or council or anything.
So you probably would feel that the trees at least would be a good buffer.
Yeah, I mean, anything we can do to get it, I mean, it's not going to get back to the way it was with, 75-foot tall trees there, but
Yeah,
if we can even get the berm up, I don't know what's there now, if that's like the final height, or if it's going to go back to where it kind of was originally, where it was 15, 20 feet tall.
and we'll also forward your comments to the town engineer and town council as well. Just, they might have a say or an input as well.
Okay,
So,
I appreciate it.
yeah, thank you for the comments. and
Thank you,
pictures.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking the pictures.
Through the chair, would you be requesting a public hearing on this?
Not yet.
I would probably have Jen reach out to the engineer and town council ASAP and probably follow up with Jen and hopefully get on for the next one. Try to get the answers quickly.
And hopefully Bo McIntyre should be at that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, through the chair, it would be interesting to know if any of the trees that were planted as part of the original plan were for that purpose, that the abutter was, not the abutter, but the landowner was asking about.
They were for a visual buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a noise buffer, a visual buffer.
Right up along this road here.
Correct.
Yep. That's what I kind of thought, yep.
And if I may, through the chair, when Bo McIntyre comes back, is to find out the genesis of where this has been in front of us for a long time. This has been planned this way. What has changed? Why all of a sudden now these trees? So we want to just know what's up, that's all. I mean, it's just fair to, to understand that and hear what he has to say.
Because when the plans came to us, these were the plans for CRG, for the warehouse.
And it was because of the neighbors,
yeah,
for the visual, like you say.
Sure.
Right now, it's just an open deal.
Yeah.
And the deal is you can take it all down, but you need to put something back
yeah.
Right.
to stop that visual.
I mean, the other entrance off at Lackey looks great. Oh, my goodness, you look at it, and-
But we allowed all this stuff to go on
Right.
with the agreement of
Right.
this final act.
All right, so we'll get some answers quick, and I know Bob will be looking for them probably.
Yeah.
Midday tomorrow.
I've driven this road about 100 times.
Yeah.
The lower portion of the trees will block absolutely nothing. They'll be below street
Yeah.
level. The top trees, I imagine, is your concern.
Yeah. So it'll be a good landscaping change proposed, so, yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to get some more input and if the input from them is a hearing, we'll have a hearing.
Okay, your next meeting is January?
2000, next year.
Next year. I'll advise them that January 10th.
Well, find out what
Yeah.
goes on first.
First.
Yeah.
Well, be prepared.
All right,
Any other questions?
no? I think-
Nope.
You here for anything else?
Going good.
Bobby, you here for anything else?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Am I? No, you're good.
You're released.
You're good. Have a good Christmas.
Thank you. Have a nice
Yeah.
Christmas to you as well. Thank you.
2006. This one was approved a long time ago. Isabella Drive. I think one of my kids was there.
All right. Maple Heights, also known as Isabella Drive, possible votes. Jude, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
For the record, my name is Jude Garvin. I'm here representing Les Stevens. Maple Heights, if you guys have the drawing, Maple Heights has been a subdivision that was approved in 2006. From what I understand, the road was built all the way up to less the final pavement in the roadway bounds. Les is interested in purchasing Lot 1, and his request is that in order to, he has a quote for the final paving of $18,000. He knows he has to do it at the end of the job. Doesn't make sense really to go ahead and do final paving now before he goes in and builds that house on Lot 1. So what he wants to do is he wants to leave the site after the house is built and put a fresh coat of pavement down on the road and be done with it. What Les is proposing to do is, in lieu of a bond for the estimate for the road, is to tie the certificate of occupancy to the road. So he doesn't get to the house, sorry. So we release the lot, he builds the house, and you can't get a CO on that house until he puts that final pavement in.
Okay.
And through the chair, we're only talking up to the end of the driveway for Lot 1. No?
He's
talking the whole-
paving the whole thing.
The whole,
Really?
That's the
Okay.
only thing left on the roadway. I went through and the drainage is in, it's working great. The
Great.
cul-de-sac is absolutely dry. It's just, nobody did the final pavement because there's a lot left and
Yeah.
the owner went bankrupt and left. Les is coming in, he wants to
Yeah.
build on Lot 1, and we're trying to come up with a mechanism where we don't have to put a 53G to come together, we don't have to put money up. I mean, if he goes to sell this house and he can't sell the house, if he doesn't have the pavement down, it's a pretty good incentive.
can we do that?
I don't know.
Me neither.
We've,
So right now, that's kind of going to be the big question.
Yeah.
I've heard this kind of stuff tried before, and it doesn't fly because the building inspector is the one in charge. It's out of the hands of the planning board. Once this happens.
I think we probably have to get
Once this happens,
council to weigh in on it.
Because once this happens, the planning board is no longer involved. It's strictly up to the building inspector. We've had other circumstances where that happens and it burns us. Because the building inspector, if he accidentally, here's your occupancy, then we have no recourse whatsoever. I'd like to have further discussion on this before I pull the trigger on something this big.
Through the chair to Mr. Stevens, are you planning on sort of marching around here and sell the first house, maybe purchase another lot? I mean, is this your idea, or maybe? Who's like to see it done? Yeah.
No, it was, in conversations with, town administrator as well as some other folks and stuff like that. I've talked to both the butters here that live in here currently. And so they want the road finished because, they've been long waiting for it.
Oh, tell me.
I mean,
I
no.
wasn't around in
Oh, sorry,
2006.
yeah. Les Stevens for the record, 31.
Yeah,
Westside
what's up with
Drive.
the other houses? The lots?
There's two existing houses that are already fully built, that are living in there.
All right, then.
It's a private way. So we're just trying to figure out, which avenue to do.
There's nothing, no bond or anything in place at all for anything.
Correct.
So that bond slipped through originally, so
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
wasn't that meat to go and finish the road,
So they're on binder right now?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's in good shape, but they're on binder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These other two houses are used
Right.
on the binder further.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. And it's in good shape.
remember this project,
I mean,
yeah.
It's a clean project.
Yeah.
we're just trying to get it across the finish line. I mean, it's a half-baked cake type of situation where nobody can kind of enjoy it until the road's completed. And the other work to be done is that there's bounds to be put in, which weren't done, stuff like that. So I think for this size area, we're proposing to do 6 bounds. Again, I can show you highlighted where they are by the street, and then so the surveyor can pick up 3 points to be able to survey the parcel correctly. So it's almost 2 bounds per lot. So a total of 6 bounds to be put in there is what we'd be proposing.
My thought was it's a private roadway, and when I go out to do these things, I need 3 monumentations
Yeah.
to do so 6 is better.
Well,
10 is, in my opinion, an overkill, that you can see.
Where were the other ones proposed, like halfway up the road?
They're right next to each other. You want me to show you?
Yeah.
I highlighted on mine. They're just so close, they don't make sense. There's 2 more right here.
Okay.
See how close they are? They're like 5 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 right on the curves. So they're not meant for people to know where their lot lines are. They're meant for us to go out and recreate them for them. So,
Yeah.
10 or 6, there's 6 brand new, bounds on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conservation Drive, I think, was just accepted, and we only did, not me, but only one side was bound, like Worcester County Highway used to be. And if it did both.
I'm sure it would be fine. I have no issue, but I probably would
I
just,
don't either, yeah.
Through the chair, and no doubt, it could be fine. I'm
Just
not
wanna
gonna
make
take
sure.
that. Reason being is,
Yeah.
we're in the predicament now where what's happening? There's no
Yeah.
bond, there's no nothing, and the road's not paved.
and we do have bound issues in other developments, so we just want to make
Correct.
sure,
So it's a
give another
deal
set of eyes
where-
on it to confirm.
If council and stuff, if verbiage or whatever is worded where the town is protected, and they say it's okay, I'll be fine with that. But I'm not gonna take that leap of faith right now on the spot without
we
knowing
can't.
all that information.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds great, wraps it up, you get the house, do a couple bounds, but
It all makes sense.
it's a deal where, let's cross the Ts and dot the Is, I think. I mean, you can find out, meeting's January 10th. Roll with it.
Yep.
It's good.
It sounds good.
If you had to, yeah. But, I mean, it seems cleaner, but whatever, that, like you
Yeah.
said, as long as everyone's protected.
Yeah,
I don't-
Yeah, that's,
Well, the big thing and the reason why we're looking at with this was because bringing in an excavator and then you gotta put it in the road and then you gotta turn the lot and do all the work in there.
Tear it all.
Yeah, it was just trying to not
Which-
have a freshly paved road and then our trucks across.
which is fine. I
Yeah.
mean, totally
No request
understandable
once.
with everything that you
Yeah.
guys want to do. It's just that without, without Matt or somebody, that knows the law to the T, I don't want to take that gamble.
Would it be okay if I coordinated with the town council and Matt, Ken?
Talk to Jen.
Jen.
She's running the shit.
I'm looking past you.
She's in charge. No, right next to you. She's
Oh,
in
boy.
charge.
But Matt
All right.
was it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ken should definitely be.
Correct.
Yeah, because he's going to be the one
Yeah.
to have that responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So if you want to type something up, I can present it to town council, Matt Wojcik.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
All right, yeah, because then there's insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah, then we're all,
And if they-
everybody's on the same page.
You know, if they want.
and it doesn't make sense to top coat half of it and then have a crease halfway through, and so.
Yeah.
You just want to just do one good top coat and have it
Once
last.
you're going to pave the driveway, pave the road, it's all going to look uniform.
Yeah.
I'd do it all in one shot.
Yeah, it's a nice deal. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Throw it
Yeah.
out before.
All right.
Be great.
I'm here for a few more, so.
Have a good Christmas.
Les, thank you.
See you, Les.
Talk to you later. Thanks, Les.
Let me just get caught up on what we have here.
Inspection reports are just mainly for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a development with the master plan?
Master plan, I'm waiting for the Conservation Commission to decide who their volunteer will be, and that's the last one I'm waiting on.
Okay, so, and then once that's done, we'll,
Then
I
I'll
think
start
Matt,
coordinating
yeah.
with everybody.
Through the chair and Jen, I took a class on the master plan through the, Yep.
CMRPC, yeah.
and I have documentation. I know you're going to be, you and I are joining, I think he's also, so I can forward that information to you.
Sure.
It's like 150 pages, but it's like, it's a lot. I sent it to you too? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I printed the book out, like you said,
Yep.
I double-sided.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I printed the whole thing out.
Yeah,
and
so
put
this
it
whole
all
class was
together.
about just considerations, things to consider when you're doing the master plan and kind of a whole presentation on it, so
Okay, sweet,
I'll send it to you guys.
All right.
perfect, thank you.
So, if we can just, we have some site inspection reports for BW Solar at Oak Street and Sleepy Hollow. Information, give those a read.
Oak Street, I'll recuse myself.
Yep, don't, you can read it as a resident,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I mean,
So, they're in our packet for us to read and go over.
I've driven up.
All right. And we have Jude again. Hawk Hill Farms. Yep.
Do I need to go sit over there?
Are you gonna be talking about anything for it?
Oh,
I'll do it just for now.
Yeah.
On principle.
Yep.
Well, we're discussing the road first, and then we're asking for stuff second.
Okay.
So if you want to be in the, all right.
Yeah.
Disregard
We'll,
this.
we'll bring you up when we want you on the mic.
Wonderful.
All right. So for the record, Ms. Schlesman has recused herself from this discussion. She is in the room because she is the applicant. All right, Jude, talk to us.
So, do you want to go over the reports first? We have 3 Graves reports for the construction of the road. The road is 95% finished, and according to my photos and my review of the road and the pictures from Graves, everything seems to have turned out very well. It's very wide, it's nice and stable. All that rain we had Sunday, was it Sunday? You know, there's no washouts, there's no rivulets, there's nothing. Jason did a good job on the road.
Yeah, awesome.
So the 2 things that are left are the final coat of pavement at the front apron. It's got binder down right now, which
Yeah, it
looks
sure
pretty
does.
good, actually.
It almost looks
Right?
like top coat,
It
yeah.
fooled me. It fooled me. 'Cause I said to Meg, how come you said you didn't do it? She
Yeah.
said, no, it's just the
Base
binder.
coat.
So, and if you've driven by, you can see how it's tilted up
Yeah.
now, and the water goes the other way, and only the apron comes down to the road. I mean, they did a really nice job. So the 2 things that are left are the trees along the abutters and the final pavement. But we're in December right now, so we're gonna wait till spring to do it. So those are the 2 things that are left to do on that. The other thing that I want to discuss, like we discussed with Les, is the bounds. This 900-foot road was, when I inherited it, it was bound by the existing road that was there. So there's lots of little wiggles and lots of little jogs in that existing road. So by doing that, it created a right-of-way where every single angle point based on the Douglas zoning, Douglas subdivision, every single angle point needs a bound put on it. But when you look at this project, it's a private road again. This will never be taken over by the town. And my proposal is, instead of doing 21 bounds on a 900-foot road, I'm proposing 11 where they make the most sense. And it's basically on the side where all the lots front on. The other side of the road, that north side of the road, there's nothing over there. You go to a stone wall, and that stone wall is owned by the property. So there's nothing on that northern side of the road to even have a bound on to stake anything out, because the stone wall's in. I staked out those points. So everything is to the south. So all these bounds would mean something to somebody. Some of them are actually on the property corners by default. So they would actually be their property corner markers. And then all the other ones are just there in case we need to stake out other parcels of land. But 11 of them is on 900 feet is quite enough for me to do my job.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense with a private road that it's
Yeah.
never going to become a public road. Town's never going to accept it anyways, so.
And we have a similar question like Les's too. I'm not sure how this, we'll have to have town council look at it. I'm not sure how the covenant reads, but Meg is looking to release the lot that she wants to build on. There's 5 lots up here, 2 are occupied, 3 are vacant. Ms. Schlesman wants to build on one, and then the other applicant is keeping one for himself, and Meg's keeping one for herself. Like the woods, they liked everything around them, but someday they want the flexibility to do what they need to
build.
do. So in this case, she wants to build her house in the spring, and we're kind of, since the road's already built, we weren't sure how that would work for a lot release. Like I said, the 2 things that are remaining are the trees and the pavement.
I think
It's private way.
when it came above, I think Matt's comment was wanting the road to be done before entertaining.
Yeah.
If we maybe just look back on what his
No,
comments
and I'll
were.
concur with that.
Yeah.
That was the original conversation. Yeah, and I think through the chair, I totally agree. I mean, I've been by there.
Yeah,
There again, we were already going to council to review the one entity to see how verbiage could be made to make sure that the trees and that top coat is done. I mean, the bounds, I think that could be up to us.
Yeah, I'm shocked that there was that many bonds,
Me too.
bounds on
But
that
I know what
project.
you're saying, they used to do it
It's-
with, wherever there was a corner that have them
Yeah,
for going up.
And if you're on a curve and you got a 10-foot tangent and then another curve, you got bounds every.
yeah.
10
Right.
feet.
I think we as a board can make that decision for
I
the
got no
11.
problem
'cause-
having the 11. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing one on the other side of the road someplace that could be nailed in as a confirmation to make, you know what I mean, to make a triangle.
If you allow me to choose the easiest one, some of these are pretty nasty on that.
But you know what I mean, to give a triangle at some point. where
Is there
you
a
have-
lock-
where
is
you
there a
have
lock on
three, And as a confirmation, you'd have a triangle to say, okay, these three match up, continue on.
I do have drill holes.
Well,
I hear
DH is
what
just
you're
as good.
saying. They're down here along this. There's a drill hole down here. There's a drill hole at the top.
As long, because a DH, as you know, is just as good, but it's gotta be labeled and laid out on a DH.
I have them.
Because I have DH on mine,
Yep.
and they're protected just as much
Oh, yeah.
as any other marker, a DH. But that would have to be noted, though, if anything was ever to go on down the road, that there are DHs on that property, and that area cannot be disturbed.
We can't start selling off stones and,
You can't do nothing.
we did it, I mean, and then we,
Yeah.
Because
there were
it
DHs.
happens by
We
mistake.
avoided that, the DHs.
Right, because people don't know. Or do you prefer to have one solid bound put in so it's a no?
With a,
Maybe by a DH.
yeah,
Put a marker by a DH.
I think with a 5-lot family compound, I think a DH would be sufficient for one, one or two on that, if they're there. And we just get them on a plan, when we're gonna have 11 bounds or
Yeah.
anyways.
And I'll put it'll be on a plan, so it'll label found installed, drill hole found.
How many drill
Yeah, as long
holes,
as
how
this
many
stuff-
drill holes are there along there?
On the whole property?
Yeah, as indicated as bounds or anything.
Well, that's all they used to do back in
Yeah,
the
there's a
day.
ton. This property's 100 acres.
Well, that's-
So, I mean, there's
As long as
probably
you
10
mark
along
them
that
along
side.
that side.
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
10 along that side already.
Indicate them and you'd be all set.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I'm game with,
Me
I'm
too.
fine with that.
Yeah.
And I think have council just review on the best way to protect the town, that the trees and top coat get done, and
It's a weird one. 'cause
how to word the
it's
release.
the town, protecting the town to protect the residents who are the, but, makes sense.
I mean, kinda gotta find out what we can and can't.
Yeah, because I do remember Matt's comments on,
And the road does look good.
Yeah.
I mean, well, driven by, I mean,
And
it's
it's-
been there for quite a while.
This is that 10% too. I was in my truck and I was on that
Oh,
steep
yeah, on that steep
spot.
side.
So you convert that degrees to, it's 8.7.
Yeah.
So,
And through the chair,
No, I mean,
pretty good.
Yeah, they got a good
They did a good
TVs, yeah. They've been working.
through the chair, the letter from the fire department is very
Yeah.
yeah.
confident building, and
I
that's
didn't even,
good.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
It's all
there.
set with that.
Yeah.
So that's
the
good.
grades above and beyond their
Yeah.
requirements, so.
Yep.
Do the same thing for the 10th? Have an answer?
Yeah.
Is that okay, Jim?
Yep.
Good.
Comment, question, concern?
Meg Schlesman, Northwest Main Street. So just a question about the lot release. Is that a question that's going to town council or
Yeah.
in addition to the other questions?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would all just go right to them, just,
The only real question was on how to do the correct verbiage.
yeah,
So if we can have that by the 10th.
and make sure we can do it,
Yeah,
really.
make sure it's worded right.
So question, if we get the answer back from town council, do we have to come back to the planning board in order for the lot to be released, in order for that?
Yeah, because that's a vote, lot release, I think it's a vote. It's a
Just to be a
formal vote by the planning board.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you would know more than me.
Yeah, pretty sure that's
Yeah.
a vote where we have to release the lot.
But if we get things coordinated in the meantime, that might be.
Yeah, so it could happen
sign
on
off
the
on
10th.
On the 10th.
On the
Yeah.
10th, that's the
On
idea.
the 10th. So what it would be, I think, is a document for the lot release with the verbiage of the town council to allow that lot release.
All right, so I'm gonna draft a
Or
letter
whatever.
for both of them, listen them, and
Yeah.
send it off to the Jen, so we can get it through town council and see if what I propose and how I propose it is acceptable, or you can change it to protect everybody.
Yeah, and the engineer accepts the road. Everybody's,
Yeah, Graves went
my
out there.
department has, everybody's all due diligence, so go with the 11 bounds and the DHs.
Getting there. Real close.
It's one of those you wish Matt was in to help ahead of time, but just doing what we can do.
So do you.
Anything
I
else, Jim?
think, like, this here just came in today, so a lot of this stuff we wouldn't have known until today anyways.
Yeah.
So,
I'm done for my business, but do you guys have anything to ask me on Gilboa Court or Whitten Heights? I noticed they're on the agenda.
It's one of those, it's kind of rolling, in case something comes in, it's
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So for Whitten Heights, I've been actually trying to get the road accepted.
Yep,
And I was working with Matt on it, because he had never done one before, and we were kind of going through this together. And I submitted the plan of road to him. We got a contract from the review engineer, and then hit the pause button. So I don't know what's going on. I think Jen reached out to town council and to the select board to see how I proceed, because I've got all the documents. They just need to get somewhere, and then planning board needs to review their side of things, and the select board. So I've got a lot before spring meeting.
because it has to be spring, because if it's not spring, they won't do it at the fall. Yeah,
The problem is, through the chair, is I believe the deadline to get on spring meeting was October 3rd. Is the problem.
that's early.
That's a big
That's
problem.
why Lisa Freeman and I are reaching out to town council to see if, it had to go on fall meeting in order to get to spring meeting. And I think we missed the deadline.
Matt, we never even discussed it going on to the fall meeting.
Yeah.
We never even discussed
So-
that. He actually said, let's wait for the fall meeting to pass.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I.
But like I said, neither one of us has been through it with the town of Douglas,
Right.
so
Yeah.
he was,
Yeah.
she said he was limping along also.
There was another one on the board too that I think got missed, so I'm hoping to hear from town council on that soon. Lisa and I
Okay.
both reached out, so.
I wish it could be fall, but it's apparently in our bylaws that those
Guess so.
have to be at
Yeah, there was
the
some kind
regular
of
town
due
meeting.
in October to get on this meeting, so I don't know exactly.
yeah, I know it's a process, but once it's done, it's done, but.
Right, yeah.
How is it going up there?
It's going good.
All
I mean,
houses up, or
All the houses are done, they're all built, the drainage is working fantastic, believe it or not.
top
No
coat?
more erosion coming down from both sides of the street.
Yeah, top coat?
Top coat's on, it looks good, there's some curb that got beat up a little bit, so I've got a punch list for him to do some stuff. He's got to maintain some of the trees, dress up the mailbox, but it's punch list stuff. But
Nice.
the neighbors are happy, they had a couple questions for me when I was out there, but,
A lot better than 2 years ago.
right,
Yeah.
we did
It
it.
was a hard show for a
I was gonna
while.
say, we haven't seen you in a while,
Yeah.
so things must be going good over
Well,
there.
How
Wow.
many times did the hill slide down to the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Before we brought it back up.
That, backfill,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
The first
issues.
contractor just opened it up and didn't do any of us any favors.
Yeah,
It shouldn't.
no, it's
That's a
good.
good turnaround.
So we're getting there.
And it's good that the neighbors and the neighborhood's happy.
Yeah,
So-
for the most part. They're all walking around, using the
Good.
sidewalks. So it's good.
Awesome. Have a good Christmas.
You too. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, see you next year,
All
yeah.
right.
right?
Nothing else besides meeting minutes. I actually went through, because I was here a little early, October 12th. Attendance, I would probably list Matt Benoit, town planner.
He was not.
He's commented in it, of his recommendations.
Oh, I'm thinking,
October.
October?
no, he sent in, no, because Matt was absent the 12th.
Okay. Maybe just comments.
He sent in a memo.
Okay. maybe just list somewhere who he is, just maybe absent Mapinoy, just because his, he has,
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
yeah, just randomly out of nowhere, it says Mapinoy, that says this, sorry, who's Mapinoy?
Talking about October 12th?
Yeah. Under 310 Northwest Main Street,
What number were we?
first page, 310 Northwest Main, the "and" under Stephen Black, it's supposed to just be A-N.
Yeah.
I circled all these so I can,
I didn't.
Not,
that same paragraph, boards, just apostrophe S. And then, under David and Jennifer Briggs, 92 Martin Road,
it's a run-on sentence.
yeah, just, I think it's just a period after permit.
Yeah, and then capital T.
Yep. Second page, under number 5, meeting schedule, the board missed, just get rid of the. And then under number 8, Blackstone Logistics, I just don't know if that's the spelling of Attorney Brodeur. I don't know if it's, it could be, it could not be.
Okay, I'll check that, but they spelled, in that same sentence, it's Scannell, not Skinner.
So with that, I'll motion to approve those October 12th as amended.
There is an attorney Brodeur, but it's Brodeur.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's French.
Worcester.
I think he's French.
Yeah, but there is a Matthew Brodeur in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but it's
So we have he's submitted stuff to us, so
Yeah.
we can confirm it. Yeah, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the October 12th meeting minutes as amended.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Zwicker, seconded by Mr. Greco. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. October 26, number 6 under administrative policy, master plan update. The Building Facilities Construction Committee will be, I think,
Oh, yeah.
the
As their representative.
Building
Will be
Facilities
Brown
Construction
as their-
Committee. I think just get rid of will be. Just Linda Brown will be their representative. I think that'll be
You put a
fine.
period and then just say, okay.
And the Building Facilities Committee, yeah, just get rid of will be. It'll make more sense. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it'll make more sense. That's all I had for that one. I don't know if anyone else had anything.
I had under item 1, first sentence, second line, applicant had decided not to proceed.
Yeah.
Here you go, capital T.
Okay.
What are we on?
October 26. All right, anything else on that one? All right,
I didn't have anything.
all right, so entertain a motion to approve the October 26 meeting minutes as amended.
So moved.
Okay, made by Mr. Greco, seconded by Mr. Zwicker. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And November 9th, nothing jumped out at me.
I didn't see anything either.
That was a very quick meeting.
Oh, that was the under.
Yeah, we were very under on that one. So, I'll entertain a motion to approve the November 9th, 2023 meeting minutes. Made by Ms. Hushman, seconded by Mr. Oh. We got one.
No,
Oh,
I'm just seconding somebody.
okay, yes. Second by Mr. Greco. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Signed?
Your final copy.
Okay. I did sign. Paperwork going around to sign. Who wants to get out of here?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All right, motion made by Mr. Zwicker, second by Mr. Greco. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.